Journal Record Associate Publisher Ted Struley joins us to discuss other stories making news in business today. Ted, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here, Robert.
Now, while Texas is still reeling from the hurricane, Oklahoma businesses are also feeling the impact, aren't they?
Well, several of them are. Williams Companies, for example, although they didn't have any pipelines problems in Houston, they have a lot of office workers in Houston who couldn't get to their building. They were working remotely, and of course, Williams was trying to help them with their residential problems as well. Bank of Oklahoma's parent company also owns the Bank of Texas, and while they have some branches in the affected areas near Houston, none of them were damaged. But again, they had a lot of employees who were displaced by the storm. They've also sent down a mobile ATM to help victims access cash. Devon and Chesapeake both have some operations in the Eagle Ford Shale in an affected area of Texas. They expected some minor delays there. So nothing major, but certainly some of our companies doing business on the Gulf Coast affected by the hurricane.
Now, the long lateral law has now gone into effect. What does that mean for drillers?
Well, it's going to make some drillers very happy. It means they can drill lateral wells up to a couple miles long, which they've never been able to do before. They see that as a more efficient way to get the oil and gas out of the ground. They're going to be able to pump those resources out more economically. There were some concerns raised because some felt as though the issue hadn't been studied enough to see what the side effects of that might be, but drillers pretty pleased that that's now in effect.
Oklahoma's prison system is once again facing a lawsuit. What's going on with that issue?
Well, once again, it's tied to overcrowding. In this case, it's a disabled prisoner who says he's being held in a higher security facility than he should be because the appropriate level security facilities can't accommodate his disabilities because they're too full. So we'll see where that one ends up.
The Attorney General's Task Force on Opioid Abuse held their first meeting this week. Tell us about that.
Well, they did, and it was kind of an introductory meeting. It really is a bit of a who's who on this topic from around the state. One of the things they're looking at is who should be held accountable, especially when opioids go missing from pharmacies, and they're taking a look at the managers and owners rather than the employees trying to stem the tide.
Ted Struley from the Journal Record, thanks for being here.
My pleasure.